Where my camera at? What the heck? Who touched my camera? What the heck? There you go. Yo. Oh, we haven't streamed in a while, have we? Camera even shifted out the way somehow. Golly, it's been a minute. There you go. Oh man, it's been a minute. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't touched this game in a minute. It has been an absolute minute. We are rusty beyond belief. But what can we do? Want to make sure that I'm live on both ends, right? Right, and then I forgot. Announcements. This, we're gonna copy that and paste that. Disable that. Boom. I touched it and got rocked. You're still sick? Hey, sorry to hear that, man. I ain't gonna lie. I am not able to play this game. I can already tell you that much. The game feels so foreign to me right now. The game feels so foreign. There you go. Nice. Today you learned? I don't know. That was good. Today I learned I know how to do Oki, but neutral, they don't make sense to me. Oh, well. I thought I moved out of the way. Ah. God, I messed that up. I could have definitely killed him too. Never mind. Can't play this song because we're on YouTube as well now. Okay. Gonna DP me? No. Oh God, my. All I know. Well, like the neutral stuff, like I don't know how to put it. Like generally, it's not that hard of a concept. You just gotta see what your opponent likes to do. I kept getting dash. I didn't want dash. That was good. It's weird. Cause like it was very weird because like I had a very good idea that he was gonna go for that. I messed up. I should have killed him. If you blocked the overhead, it would have been GG's for me, but nice. 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 Down to play? Sure, we can play a little bit. I need a de-rest anyway. It's 7 frames. I would have busted that open. Oh! Come on, game. Oh, I got done the worst way. I guess I'm dead. Maybe you can learn something. Not gonna lie, I think you taught me how to play SF6 with your last video. Hey, I appreciate that. I ain't gonna lie, I fumbled that really badly. Hey, agent, make the room for us, yeah? What a hit. Ah, that's tragic. Oh, that's tragic. With being more aggressive, I was always trying to zone. Yeah, listen, when it comes to Ryu, sometimes it's just better to not zone just to get a feel for what your opponent wants to do, because sometimes you get so wrapped up in trying to play that clean sense of neutral. Yo, aloha, appreciate the invite. What's my PayPal? No, we don't need that around here. Nice. Let's go back up. There's not really a point to it yet. Not a point to it yet. That was good. Oh, he would have killed me if he did level 1. That was good. He risked it on that I wouldn't command grab him. Nice. I think I might lose this one. Oh, that was important to catch. Oh no, where was it? Mm. Mm. You committed to it? You committed to it? Whoa. If you wanted to, there's a area where you can put in thanks. I'll play one more with them. I'll play one more with them. That sucks. That sucks. You can do a super chat or a super thanks. Both are in there if you really feel compelled to do so. Nice. I'm too close. What were you saying about zoning? You never finished? Sometimes with Ryu, you don't always have to take an offensive stance, right? Sometimes it's better to just like be a little bit more aggressive, use the normals that you have available to you. Sometimes it's just better to be a little bit more aggressive with the options. I feel bad for the guy because I still kind of want to run it with him, but we do what we must. I don't want to leave the Asian coconut waiting. A lot of people end up fighting in a way where they stick to what the character's strengths are, in which the character has other things that they do pretty well, but they stay within a bubble because they feel like that's their strongest area. So as a result, they end up staying very predictable. Let's, for instance, like Rushdown is obviously every Geef wants to rush down, every non-grappler wants to rush down, right? Obviously, you want to walk your opponent down. Sometimes it's good to play a little bit of a range game, which I was playing with this guy, where like anytime I'd approach, he's trying to press buttons, trying to check me, right? So then if I play as though I'm gonna be a grappler and walk in, and then just chill, wait for an opportunity with punish, then I get my opportunity. Yeah, with first to 5 should be fine. I look for my opportunity and I punish. So like while her walking down her opponent is one of her strengths, using another one of her tools, not only just the zoning or not only just the rush down, will allow you to diversify your offense more. First 5, first 7, I don't mind. See? Yeah. I'm warming up. I'm warming up. I'm warming up. Okay. Let's check. Yes. Oh. No, I messed it up. That was my DP. Exactly. Keeping to the same attack pattern makes you predictable. We don't want to be predictable, right? No. That should be a body, right? So you play patient, waiting for your opportunity, and then you went in, which I respect. Fireball? Nope, you tried. You did that already. Nope, you did that already. Okay. Good check. Okay. Oh, wrong route. Looks like we're depending on thing a lot. What I'm noticing, I'm starting to notice you kind of statue up. Like so, see? You starting to statue up. That's what I'm starting to notice. You're allowing me to do whatever I want. It's fine. I'll just... It's fine. Fireball? But generally, you want to be aggressive. What about defensive? When you have a big lead? Yes. If you have a big lead, there's... I want to be very particular with my words. When you have a big lead, there's no need to take an extreme risk. Okay? That means you don't have to do anything like truly risky. Right? But with that said, we don't want to be like a beanpole and not press anything at all. Because if you just beanpole up the entire time, you make it a lot harder for yourself. You're gonna rush at me? Okay, what are you gonna show me? What are you gonna show me? That's fine. Yeah. You can't beanpole up. Unfortunately, your zoning is not as good as mine, so you have to look for another way. You know what I mean? Like, you just want to chill there. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Oh. Oh, you already did that. Oh, up forward, that's a great option. Good job. Now using all your meter here. Nope. Here I can decide to waste time. So there I can waste time because, like, number one, you having drive gauge doesn't necessarily scare me at this current junction. It doesn't scare me. Good check. Push me to the corner. Yep. No. Now you need to start applying baits. You need more discipline. This should be enough, right? Yeah, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Wake up. Oh, I didn't get the wake up. Work. No. Throw the fireball. Uh-huh. Oh. Controlling the pace of the match. You're gonna have to choose something to get out of this. Yep. So what ends up happening a lot of the time is that, I don't know if it's like fear of playing or like, or being on stream or whatever. What you're doing right now is just like, you're staying in place. You're not taking any action. Like, you press me. At the end of the day, you're going to have to be the one to press me. Because this doesn't work out in your favor. The only way you win the exchange is by simply going for, is by you using EX, which obviously isn't in your favor because I'll have more health than you have actions, right? You have EX moves. But now the thing is, now you burnt yourself out. So then now what happens? You don't have enough health to survive this. Yeah. So what do we do in order to make this better? We need to be the ones approaching. We need to be the ones taking the space, right? We need to be the ones approaching. See how your gameplay is dependent on whether I approach or not? If I decide not to and completely lame you out, then what happens? What happens? You know what I mean? This is stuff that you need to work on. So what you need to learn how to do is, number one, we got to get our perfect parries in order. Spend. This is where looking for a perfect parry. Like, number one, if I'm in the situation you're in, I'm just walking it. Because at the end of the day, I don't really care how long it takes, but I will get in, right? Get that perfect parry drive rush off. You missed your opportunity. Get that perfect parry drive rush off. Yep. That's the point, right? I want him to go through this. Ooh. Right? You need to have answers for this, right? No. The reason why I'm zoning him hard is because he's not approaching. Right? Exactly. Because what he's getting used to, that one's not gonna work. Because if he's waiting for me to approach, then, you know, it's just leaving him in a situation that's more difficult, right? Oh. In matchups where you don't need to approach, he needs to find answers. Stuck at work and wants to jump in. Yo, Wabo, I wanted to say, I was looking through my YouTube. I didn't realize that you were subbed for so long on my YouTube. And I want to say I do appreciate that, brother. I do appreciate that. Ah, I messed it up. Now you're looking for the low forward. There you go. Now what happens? Now is fight to survive, huh? We'll do to 7. So now what you need to work on, just, you know what I mean? Raw drive rush. Come on. You know, sometimes using your meter to take space is the answer, right? As of right now, you're not taking space. I take it, but I take it that losing or winning is not very important. It's how you play. Exactly. I appreciate the kind words, man. Okay, now how are you gonna get through? How are you gonna get through? What's the option? Walk me. Walk me. Excuse me. Okay. See. Yo, there you go. Be forceful. Take your space. See what I mean? Take space. Take space. I know, right? It's so weird. Oh, you know. Good check. I'm glad that you're ready to check a drive rush. That's good. Here's why I think that this decision wasn't the best. Because what ends up happening is, like, look at how much health you had. You had this much health, right? Because you had that much health, there wasn't necessarily a scare of you losing the round. Well, maybe there was, but all right. Have a good day at work. You gotta be OSing. OS. So if you don't know what the OS is that you press parry and then you press dash afterwards. What that does for you. Ooh. That's why, is this enough? This looks like enough. Oh. It's forward heavy punch into heavy punch, right? You had this much health. That's where, like, the danger comes into play. Be forceful. Get in my space. Be forceful. Be forceful. Don't dash like that. Don't use forward dash. Don't use forward dash. Walk into spaces. Yes. Walk into spaces. Use that medium kick. Command the space. The next thing we gotta work on is making sure that we don't burn ourselves out, right? Ah. Did too much. You gotta remember, you're in burnout, and your opponent, if your opponent sees you pressing a lot of buttons, they're gonna try and DI you. There you go. Be more forceful. Command space. That was terrible on me. I don't know why I did that. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad on me. No, I wanted to kill you. I wanted to kill you for that. I'll be down for fights in a little bit. Just making tomato or tomato egg pie soup. Switch sides. Nope. Careful about whiffing, because now you have to think about me whiff punishing you for whiffing, right? Nope. You got those? You got those? Now you gotta be work. Alright. Nice. Maze, what's good? Hope you're doing well, bro. Alright. I don't know if you were listening to me, but essentially what I want you to start doing while you're playing, when you join chat, I'm gonna go into solo training. GG's. But essentially what you're doing is that you're focused upon holding space and holding your ground so much that you're not progressing or moving forward. Okay. The stream is a bit of delayed. It's fine. It is what it is. Okay, this is what I want you to practice, okay? Start shooting fireballs at me. I'm going to show you what the OS is. So you press parry, and then you press forward dash. Start shooting fireballs at me. Fireballs, fireballs, shoot fireballs. Been fine, how about you? I've been sick, but we got better. Shoot fireballs, brother. Shoot fireballs. There you go. Perfect. Like that. Okay? So if I don't get it, I don't get a forward dash. But if I do get it, if I get the perfect parry, then I get the forward dash. Okay? See how I'm not getting anything if I'm unsuccessful? But if I'm successful, I get the forward dash. This will help you immensely. Practice it. Try it out. You gotta be tapping forward dash regardless. Forward dash regardless. You're pressing it too late. You're pressing it too late. There you go. You're pressing it. Don't mash it. Just double tap it. Just double tap it. You also gotta work on your perfect parries. There you go. Slight hold. Slight hold. Smallest hold. Smallest hold. It's almost unnoticeable how small the hold is. You're a good coach. I appreciate that, man. There you go. But now you want to follow up with a jab. Reason why is because these buttons are too slow. So follow it up with jab. Make sure it's jab. Okay? Aha! Now you can push up on your opponent. For you, it would be crouch jab. Okay? You can use stand jab, but stand jab is 5 frames. So sometimes you might not get the punish where you otherwise would have. There it is! That's a blacklist. And there it is! And there it is! So that's one of the things that's gonna help you in the matchups, okay? That's the other thing, is that you're spending too much time like this. You're waiting for things to happen to you. So when you spend a lot of time like this and you're waiting for things to happen to you, that's when I can be forceful, I can take space, I can do whatever I want to you. And the more times that you give me, or more opportunities you give me to bully you, then your opponent has more opportunities to win the game. So what do I mean by this? So sometimes when you're in the neutral, yes, we're gonna throw fireball, yes, we're gonna sometimes shoot EX fireball, but that's not only it. We're also going to use our standing medium kick, right? Your standing medium kick, not mine. We're gonna use standing medium kick for neutral, yeah, okay? We're gonna use standing heavy punch. We're gonna be forceful, get into spaces, use stand light kick. right? We're going to be a little bit more forceful with our offense. And obviously, like in this situation, you weren't too successful because you were getting hit by fireball when you tried to raw drive rush at somebody, right? You were getting hit by fireball. So I understand your fear of going for raw drive rush, but there are certain opportunities or certain moments where you saw me stop throwing fireballs. In those moments, hey, Azrael, appreciate the follow, bro. Appreciate the follow. So in those moments, don't be afraid to go for a raw drive rush, right? Your checks on drive rush, impeccable, right? The next thing that we need is that you need just to be a little bit more forceful. Walk up, be a little bit more forceful. Okay? Now, when you do this, right, we're gonna just do a check and then walk back and then see what happens, okay? So I'm gonna press it and look for an opportunity to catch you slipping. If you press anything. Right? That's what you want to use. Because a lot of people, when you press light kick and then walk back, they're thinking that they can press something and then you can whiff punish them. For you, it's not going to be sweep. It's going to be your crouching medium punch. It'll be most likely your crouching medium punch or your crouching medium kick. Those are the two options when you're walking back, you're going to be using. See? So it's the exact same idea as using your standing medium kick. So you gotta make sure you're spacing. There you go. There you go. You see it? You see what I'm saying? So when you approach like that, there's two schools of thought there, okay? When you do it, there are gonna be those that are gonna try and check you immediately, and those who are not gonna press anything afterwards. In the case that you notice that they're not pressing anything afterwards and kind of respecting the fact that you're pressing it, then we can walk forward into them again. Right? We can be more abrasive. We can press the standing light kick and walk into them again, right? We can be a little bit more offensive. If you notice that your opponent likes to press back immediately, there you go. If you notice that your opponent likes to press back immediately, then that's when we do this tech. Now, if you notice your opponent is not going for options too often, then we can be a little bit more abrasive and like press things afterwards and then be a little bit more offensive bound, right? You can also use your standing medium kick for the exact same purpose, right? That's why using your standing light kick is a powerful tool. And the thing too is that because your standing light kick is fast as well, you can use it as a means to check your opponent, especially if they try to press like their crouching medium kick or something like that. Your standing light kick is fast enough in where it can interrupt them, right? Now the key here is to make sure that you're not pressing every time. Okay. What else did I notice? Oh, one last thing. The thing that I noticed the most is that you would drive rush, you would use your normals to drive rush, and then you wouldn't use any sort of baits. Button drive rush bait. A lot of the time, because you were in a very sequential habit of where you would tech, you would do that a lot, and you would go for throw immediately afterwards so often it made your offense a little bit predictable. Very predictable, let me be honest. It made it predictable, right? So going for an option, go for it again. Sorry, my fault. There you go. So looking for opportunities to bait your opponent. When you notice that they're teching a lot of your options a lot, if you notice they're teching your options a lot, then you want to switch up your options to accommodate that. We don't want to just simply be doing the exact same offense structure the entire time, right? By switching it up, it makes them less likely to want to try and tech. So that's how we're going to blow it up. That's how we're going to change what we're doing. Last thing. I said the other thing was last thing, but this is the last thing. In the corner when you're getting thrown, your options are as follows. Delayed low forward like you just did. Backdash, right? And up forward. You showed me up forward a couple times, which was good. Oh, I have another thing. I just remembered. You have up forward, which was good, right? But don't forget backdash as a viable option. The reason why backdash is particularly good is that even if they get their meaty button, right, depending on which character, they're confirmed off of a normal hit, depending on which button they used, it's going to be a little bit harder for them, right? Obviously, up forward is a good option. And then this was the last thing I wanted to talk about. I know I said last thing, but your anti-airs, okay? Using crouching heavy punch is not doing it anymore. You're at a level, you're at a point where people are going to notice the fact that you can only do that. And notice how when I was jumping, I was purposely jumping over your head, and it would cause a situation where you would just simply get hit. We got to get our anti-air DPs in check. I'm not great at it. That's namely because I don't play a character that requires me to do it. But essentially, we need to improve on that. I'm not sure what you're on, but it's definitely something that you need to practice. I'd probably say look into, if you're on hitbox, look at hitbox shortcuts. If not, you gotta look for opportunities where normally you're defaulting to this, and instead of defaulting to this, you're going for a DP instead of crouching heavy punch. Me, crouching heavy punch is a little bit more deeply ingrained because of my character. Due to my character, that's generally why I do this a lot. Because my character uses crouching heavy punch as her sole anti-air. PS5 controller? Then I think you should be fine. I don't know if there's tech for PS5 controller. But essentially that's what you want to work on. Those are the things you want to work on. The VOD is all there, so if you wanna hear the things that I said during the match, you can also listen to those as well. The YouTube VOD is particularly good for that as well. But again, Agent, appreciate playing with you, brother. Don't forget the tech, okay? Don't forget the tech. This is gonna help you a lot. This also helps a lot in the Guile matchup to take more space. Don't forget the tech. Can I change it to see your inputs? No. Okay. Frame meter on. There you go. Okay, shoot fireballs at me and look at my inputs. Shoot fireballs at me and look at my inputs. Shoot fireballs. That's what I'm doing, okay? Shoot fireballs at me. Shoot them. Shoot them. Shoot fireballs. Shoot fireballs. Shoot fireballs. I'm just waiting for it to reach you. Shoot fireballs. There you go. Look at my inputs. Look at my inputs. Look at my inputs. It's a part of the input. It's a part of the input. It's a part of the input. See how it's a part of the input? It's a part of the input. Okay, you ready? Oh, we gotta work on you. We gotta work on your perfect parries. There you go. Much better. Remember, crouch jab. There you go. Crouch jab. You're a little bit slow on the jab afterwards. Press it a little bit faster. Ooh, a little bit slow, a little bit slow. You got it. You got it. Damn. So slight hold. Light hold. Slight hold. Slight hold. I don't want them to cook me. I don't want them to cook me. Okay. I have to change the song. I don't want YouTube to cook me. Go ahead. Oh, that's me. Right, sorry. The smallest of holes The way you know you're doing it right is that if you do normal parry, if you get normal parry, you're not getting anything. But if you get perfect parry, you're dashing. It's something that you're gonna have to take a little bit more time to practice. The smallest of holds. The smallest of holds. The smallest of holds. Damn, man. We need to get your perfect parry game up as well, it would seem. Don't just press it reflexively. Press it on reaction. Agent! Agent! Perfect parry, please! Please! No! Hey! Hey! Hey man, listen. React to the fireball. Don't just be tapping it, bro. Don't just be tapping it. React to the fireball, man. There we go. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Brother. Okay. All right, let me choose the slower fireball. Let me choose the slower fireball. Okay, maybe this is too slow. Let me choose the medium fireball. There you go. Agent. 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 Agent, please. We need you to get down this tech. I will sit here with you until you get this tech down. Okay. All right. Let's reset. You know. This is what we're gonna do. Get in my Discord, General 1. Get in my Discord. General 1. Get in here. You're not reacting. Don't react. You're not reacting to the fireball. You're kind of just tapping it. React to the fireball. All right, let's see here. Yo. Turn this down.
Hello?
Yeah, agent. Okay. 1. Perfect parries are
I don't know how to do
okay.
it. I never learned how to do it.
Oh, it's super important to at least have like a light version. Like, I'm not saying I'm amazing at it, right? By no means. But at the very least, so look for the fireball. Don't just like press it on habit. Look for the fireballs and react to it.
I don't know. It's just not timing it right. I'm pressing it.
Are you using the macro or are you pressing it two buttons?
I'm pressing L2, and then I'm just tapping forward.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that time I got it.
You didn't get the forward dash.
No,
shoot another fireball at me. You fireballs? So it's like the smallest of holds when it comes to your parry. Like, it's the smallest of holds. You're not holding it for a long time. Hold it for a long time, you're gonna get the dash regardless.
Yeah, it looks like I'm getting a phone call. Actually, I might have to go. I
Okay.
also look into how to do this perfect parry thing.
Yeah, no. Just keep practicing it. Eventually, it is gonna click. It's gonna click.
No problem. I'm gonna look it up. I think I know a drill that I can work on perfect parrying, so hopefully that should help.
Mm-hmm. All right, perfect, no problem. If you want to practice it, actually doing it against Luke is pretty good as well. Alrighty, sir. Appreciate the games.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
All right.
No
Bye.
worries. Have a good bye. Okay. Does anyone have game things for me, by the way? If anyone has some replays that you want me to look over, feel free to drop that. Let me see here. Grab this guy. Yeah. Oh, please, thank you, bro. I've been Nacho. You okay? Alrighty. Nacho, we should have your name somewhere in the list. Somewhere. I respect Blazing's hustle. Agent. There you are. My Akuma, the recent one, I want some feedback on your offense. Sure thing. What, as Akuma? Okay. We can look here. Yeah, they put you in D1 because you've already made it to master before, so they generally put you in D1. On Fireman, I'll look at yours next, okay? Let's see. Oh, it's modern Akuma, I forgot. Good. Push up. Here's the thing. Okay, this is a good DP. Here's the issue with the option you chose here. Because after that, I can't do anything. After that decision, I can't press anything. The only thing I can go for is like pressure immediately afterwards, right? Oh, is your thing this one? Oh my god. Like, I literally, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have too many options out of this. So instead of going for this option here, we should choose a different one, i.e. standing medium punch. Right? That way we either get better frames, so we either choose that option, or oh right, I forgot. Hold on. All right, I keep forgetting. Right? We get the check and then we can go for throw, or we can get the check and then we go for another button afterwards, right? We can get either one option. That's why using stand jab is better than going for standing heavy punch, right? Because it leaves you far away from your opponent, because now you don't get any value from it. So using jab generally will be the way to go. And because jab leaves you +3, I believe, yeah, leaves you +3 in their face, now they have to choose. Cool? You want to be using jab. Jab or standing medium punch? Standing medium punch is already +1, so it'll leave you what, +5? If my math is mathing correctly. Ah, you missed it. Nice. Cool. Don't be afraid. No, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. He's not gonna bet the farm. Here's the thing. Okay? Your opponent is not gonna bet the farm yet. Don't be afraid. He's not gonna bet the farm. He's not gonna bet the farm. Here is where he'll if he was gonna bet the farm, it would be after this interaction here. It would be after this interaction, and that's when I would choose a different option. That's where he would bet the farm. Don't think he's gonna bet the farm here. Yeah, that one. Like, you had white health. There was no reason for him not to rip. I saw him ripping a mile away. Okay, take ground. Good. Yep, take ground. Good. No. Don't walk up. Don't walk too far away. Good. Throw a loop. Good. Get back in that space. Again, using the forward heavy punch, not the greatest, but it's okay. 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 Off of this instance, I would have preferred you keep up the pressure, right? Excuse me. Why you keep up the pressure? Because you keep up the pressure, he's either going to A, walk back, B, stand his ground, in which we can bully him. But if he goes back into the corner here, we're already really close. So if he keeps walking back, he's going to find himself in the corner. He finds himself in the corner. Now he's frustrated. Now he's dealing with, let me use a different color. Now he's frustrated. Now he's dealing with all the options you got back here. It's very annoying for your opponent to manage. So after this throw, let's suppose we decided to keep the pressure. Right now, boom. See the difference? See the difference in situation? See the difference? Look at the difference. Right? And this sort of thing can dictate rounds. If I'm being honest, this sort of thing, just where you decide to place them can dictate how comfortable they are, and how comfortable they are can dictate rounds. So don't feel like you have to roll back just because you have a life lead, right? Yes, we don't have to overcommit to anything, but at the very least, you're cornering your opponent, which is the best part. With the forward heavy punch, you can't throw afterwards? No. The pushback on it is too much. So when you go for it, it pushes your opponent so back that if you try to throw afterwards, even though you're plus, it doesn't matter. Weird. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't like the permanents. Do you have thing? Do you have thing? I would say using standing heavy kick into like standing medium punch into heavy tatsu is like the way. Oh, you're playing? Dang. Number two, he whipped this in your face and you didn't standing heavy kick him? Like, the thing is, I don't mind them doing it because, like, hey, if you're right, you get like what? 10%? If you're wrong, you lose 25, 30. Weigh your options, I guess. You know, weigh your options. Let's play that game. I don't know combos, and I don't know what buttons do, and that's the mental load. Okay, so you're still in the beginning phases with them. Punish. Okay. If we're gonna go for this, might as well go for into DP, right? Take a DP. Oh, I don't know how to overhead. Can you overhead? Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I don't think you can. Ooh, I don't think you can. Oh, you can't overhead. Drop his character. Ooh. Drop his character. I don't think you can overhead. Drop the character. You can't overhead it. I'm sorry. He has good tools, but if you don't have overhead, that's kind of his. Oh, come on. I'm gonna chalk this combo up to you being new because you could have definitely sapped this fella for a lot more than that. Can you just listen? Nacho, did you see how I was playing Akuma earlier? Stop being afraid to throw your opponent. Here's the thing: the way you're playing, you're thinking that you're fighting a guy who's smart. I'm sorry, y'all in the middle ranks. He's not a smart opponent. Stop assuming that he's smart. You're playing your opponent as if he's smart. Your opponent is not smart, especially in plat. Not smart. With all love and respect to my platinum people, you're doing things back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Not really. You're not yet. We can get there, and those who are conscious of this are working towards it. But let's be real, okay? Look. You're respecting your opponent like he really about to do something. Just go at him. He's not gonna do anything. So right now, the biggest focus. You guys are still building your attack cards. There you go. You see how every time you go for that, like, you can't do anything. So don't use this anymore. Forward heavy punch. See, can't do anything. It's boo boo. Oh, I keep forgetting. Oh, I didn't do it in a way. So then, off of this instance, we can either decide to walk back into a normal, or do you even have speed? God, you don't even have speed. Ooh. 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 His driver jab feels doo-doo. His driver jab feels doo-doo. And forward heavy punch feels better? I know you're not saying forward heavy punch feels better, because there's no way. Because, I mean, if you tighten up this string a little bit more, right? When you went for it, after you did this, you would have been able to combo it. Hold on. Look at that. I don't know. What is it? No. Press it. Forward, DP, down, demon flip, back. What's your... Okay. There it is. Oh God. There you go. Then from here, what do you typically end your Ryu combos with, DP or Tatsu? Depends on, it's generally either DP or donkey kick. You use Tatsu, use M Tatsu for side switch. There's not too many situations where you'll use like L Tatsu in your combo routing though. At least as an ender. A lot of the enders that I see ends in Tatsu DP. I know people use medium Tatsu because it keeps you spinning and then you can side switch off of that instance. If I recall correctly. Donkey kick or DP. Punish. Good. Throw him. Throw him again. Okay, brother. Good on the throw. Okay. Throw that fella again. Okay, throw that fella again. You gonna learn today. Throw him again. Okay, till he start teching. Once he starts teching, then we start switching it up. But throw that fella. Throw him. See, you're trying to press forward jab. Throw him. Oh, he chose backdash. Nice body. On Fire Max, remind me what your CFN is. I'm gonna show this real fast. While I show this, I'm gonna put your CFN in the chat, please. Okay, Akuma, Ryu. Gotta remind yourself that this is the sauce. Is it HK? Oh, you're right. Ah, you're right. I thought it was him that did that. That's on me. MK Tatsu, you just get drivers heavy punch afterwards. And more corner carry. But Ken's jab feels so much better. Akuma's feels very short and no range. Brother. Well, that you gotta get, that's the one thing about Akuma, in that some of his normals will feel a little bit more stubby, but because you're +3 here, right? Because you're +3 here, this is a string, right? So like if your opponent tries to mash on this, right, they just get hit. It doesn't take a genius to hit it. So what would you prioritize? The beginning of the game, you prioritize corner carry. Push them to the corner. If you're okay, let me run you through ooh. Let me see here. Let me run you through this. Okay. Bigging this up. Okay. Notes for offense. Okay. If opponent is full health, go for corner carry Ryu. Go for corner carry. Is there anything I want to put? Yeah, that should be fine. If opponent is, oh, hold on. I forgot I can't use those keys. Okay. If opponent is near death, close to GG's, go for mix, i.e. El Tatsu. Okay. What else? right? Once in the corner, switch between forcing, strike, throw. How do I want to put this? Keeping ranged main. How do I want to put this? Okay, so if the opponent is full health, go for corner carry, right? Once opponent is in the corner, you switch between forcing, let's do this. Force strike throw, and then maintain distance to stop escape options. Okay, to escape options. What do I mean by this? So I don't know when this became a reuse session, but really quick. So let's say I'm in this situation here. Right? Afterwards, I might be inclined to like space out my opponent from here, right? And keep this space. The reason why we want to keep this space is because if your opponent decides to throw like a standing heavy punch here, right? Let me actually change my color. Is this more visible? Highlighter. Highlighter is more visible. Okay. So if they throw a standing heavy punch, it stops, give or take, around here, right? You're here, stops, give or take, around there, right? Obviously, this is like nearly the longest reaching normal, right? So this is the range that you want to be outright outside of. So generally, if your opponent is playing the game, right, this is the wall where we don't want to allow them to pass. Okay, so let's say our opponent decides to go for any sort of their options, right? This is generally where it stops. So keeping outside of this range sometimes is good, so that it'll give us the opportunity to whiff punish something. And if you notice, if the opponent tries to jump, in this case, if you're in this box and they try to jump over you, they get over your head. Okay? They get over your head. But if you hold right side outside of the box, now they're in front of you. What does that mean if they're in front of you? It means it makes it easier to DP them and keep them in the same situation. So if we're successful on the DP, then we can rush in and force that guess again. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong one. And then we can enforce that same type of situation again. That's why keeping outside of the box is good. But you might be inclined to want to enter it. If you're going to enter it, we want to enter it with a normal. Right? That way, if your opponent decides to go for crouch and medium kick, thinking that they're gonna get away with something, right? If they try to enter your space illegally, right? Oh. Is he gonna press back? Anyways, suffice to say, you get the point of what I'm going for here. Depending on which character you're gonna use different options, right? For Ryu, you're probably going to use your standing heavy punch into fireball, right? Your standing heavy punch just either by itself, your standing medium kick, your stand light kick, enter it. Notice how it's leaving me, right? I'm entering it slightly, notice where my feet are now. I'm outside that range. Now they're gonna be characters that are gonna have further low forwards, so like characters like Chun, where you can't escape as easily. But generally, for a lot of the cast, this is the rule of thumb. This is where you want to hang out, right? Which you can also throw out fireballs at this range, right? If you want to. And on top of which, if you want to engage with a normal, it's very hard for them to react at this range, right? Your opponent has to know, number one, the correct button to check with, which would be a light normal. And number two, they have to react to it, right? So then it allows you the opportunity to pelt them and to bully them, but from a safe distance. That's generally what you want to do. For Nacho, Tyler, what's good? Nacho, for you, what I want you to practice, number one, back to the basics, brother. Right? Back to the basics. Oh, I guess you don't get that, huh? What's his date jump? His date jump. Yo, Tyler, you done your testing yet? We gotta practice, brother. What's his safe jump again? His safe jump is El Tatsu into sweep. So let's say we get this. Boom. Wake up. EXDP. Boom. So the key about getting this is make sure while you're pressing your jumping heavy punch, you're holding down back as well. And then you can hit confirm from there, right? If you get your hit, then you can go from there. Bishop, move my test back to April. Damn, dog. Damn. So close to GG's. So close to GG's, you prioritize the mix-up. Why won't they have CA or prone to EX? Because that's risking the farm. The reason why is because on that guess, you're betting it all. And if I have health, like for instance, if I have health like I do right now, if you CA me, I'm here. So I still have this much health. If you're correct, if you're wrong, it's zero. It's GG's. You lose. You're dead. Now, some people are going to bet the farm regardless. But this is the mindset that people... So going for the mix and forcing them to make a decision is the important part. You don't force them to make a decision, then it's up in there. Yo, on Fire Max, what's your thing? On Fire Max. On Fire Max didn't drop it. Like for instance, let's go into a game. Oh, it's just the same thing? Okay, cool. So like, okay, you know what? On Fire Max, I got you. Let me play one game and then show you what I mean. If I'm close to a finish, you switch up how you go about your offense. By the way, if you're on the YouTube, please like the stream. You know what I mean? Liking the stream will go a long way if you are on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. Yo. Ask for one quote, and now all the insurance companies is running me down, bro. Let me live, bro. Let me live. So however you want to run it, right? Ooh. Looking for a normal to whiff punish. He went for H thing. Looking for a normal to whiff punish. Corner carry. Now we can bully. I'm not afraid to get EXTP'd. Okay, I'm gonna run at him. He likes to use anti-air parry. These are the things that's going through my mind. Okay, we use crouch jab, put them in a situation. I noticed the fact that he teched the last time, so then I went for a situation where I can punish him. Right? Forced to guess. Oh, wow. Okay. Gonna bait. Nothing. Okay, going for safe jump. Right. Gonna clean up. In that situation, see how I have so much of a life lead where if he decides to wake up with an option, I'm not worried about it. I have more than enough health. So this is how you use this is how you use your health as a means to, as a resource. Right? I don't mind this. I completely don't mind. Because number one, I'm taking space from him. I'm forcing him back. Right? Still likes to tech a lot. Still likes to tech a lot. Oh, could I get extra? Come on. Ooh, that's good. Ooh. There we go. Oh! I wasn't ready. Ooh. Oh, I'm dead. It seems I won't be able to show it in there. Oh, whoa. Ooh, there you go. Ooh. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. Anyways, on Fire Max, let's do. That is, listen, you break someone down, like, hey man, that man's fortitude broke down. What can we say? He broke down, you know. I feel like we would get some very, very interesting if I put TTV in my name, I think we would get very interesting ones. You're already winning a hell of a lot though. Right? You want to be using the parry OS. Nice. Pull up. Careful with this. Right? Because you commit to this, You know what I mean? A lot of your opponents are either gonna try and do something out of it. Oh God, I guess my shortcut doesn't work too well because you're. Oh wow, it really is cross up. Right, a lot of people are just gonna crouch jab it when you go for it. One last one. What if the wake up CA would kill and you would have more? Then it's a decision you have to make. Do you value getting the closeout over the fear of CA or not? You have to make that decision, and that decision can be changed based on the habits that you've seen from your opponent. So in previous rounds, have they decided to wake up super, right? In previous rounds, have they shown you that they're just going to hold up or they're just going to take it? If they showed you that, then you can be a little bit more aggressive. If they've shown that they're willing to wake up on nearly every instance, then you might want to be a little bit more risk averse. Mm-hmm. This decision is a little bit odd to me. There you go. This decision is a little bit odd to me. This didn't feel like a reaction to me. But maybe let me look back. Let me look. Because this looked more like you let this rip. Because it came out nearly at the same time. And if that's the case, this looked like you ripped it. Okay, you had previous data. Okay. In that last instance, I'd say just take the kill. Some people are mashing super. Pull up, yeah. KCP. Nice way finish. Already on the DP, I'm a little bit questionable. Depending on how often you've done it against him, you want to be a little bit more careful about where you're letting DP rip. Then your decision here. I don't think EX... Would EX have killed here? EX spin knuckle to crossover? It looks like it might have. So I understand what you went for. Throw. Okay. You got hit, you got thrown or whatever, right? Here's the thing. If you're gonna go for a delayed mash, low forward is your best bet. Granted, low forward in this instance wouldn't have been the best decision. What I would suggest to you here, instead of trying to parry this, just block it out, wait for your delay low forward. If you don't want to use delay low forward, use up forward. Up forward or EX. How much? Man, you still didn't have a lot left. Here, I would have let up forward EX dive kick instead. And not just because of that, because going for a delayed jab, the reason why sometimes that might not help in this instance is because if that jab whiffs and your opponent at this level, your opponent will be privy to it, then you get standing heavy punch for your troubles. For going for a delayed jab. Let me see if I can show it here. Oh. I'm too slow. Like so. And then you get hit. That's why going for a delayed crouch jab won't get you any value. But in this instance, if you go for a low forward, because I'm walking back, you'll catch my feet. And GG's. So it's either you, although your delayed decision is not, I don't think it's a bad one. What I'd say is that the option that you're going to choose out of it, choose low forward instead. Don't choose cross jab. Number one, you can possibly get punished. Number two, you can get more value out of low forward than you can out of cross jab. Level 2, level 1. I didn't know whether level 1 was gonna scale or not, or yeah. Why? Just sometimes it's okay to end your turn. Here you're not ending your turn. It's end your turn. End your turn. If they press anything like after this light kick, so you go for jab, light kick. If they go for anything afterwards, right, you're at that range where you'll whiff punish them. It's okay to end your turn. Then you can go back to pressing standing heavy kick or standing medium kick or whatever option you want to choose in the neutral. But learn to end your turn. Committing to an option here, like going for a hooligan, is just, it's unnecessary. Because now you put yourself in the corner. Ooh. What are you reaching for? It's not time to reach. Not time to reach yet. Not time to reach yet. Like, literally, throw, out of all the things you can use to escape a situation, throw should be your last area. Mist, I hope you're doing well, man. Appreciate you stopping by. Mist, throw should be the last option we're going for. We have up forward EX dive kick. We have up forward in general. We have backdash. We have delay mash. And then throw. Don't show throw this early. Look who's streaming. How you doing? Hey, Amy, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. A lot of hooligan. I think hooligan is putting you in compromising situations. Hooligan is just putting you in compromising situations. Right? Right? If we hold this space here, if they decide to go for anything, we can anti-air them, keep them in the same situation. But because we committed to hooligan, now we're in a situation where we got side switched. There's no need to go for this many hooligans, especially because it doesn't give you that plus frames like that. Like, I get you're trying to force like a mix of sorts, but again, it's not a good option for the way you want to use it. There's a reason why the highest level ones don't use it all too often, because it just leaves you exposed. And then you get hit. Now I want to talk about this last situation when you got caught. I'm not sure if it was this input or this input, because if it was this input, then he caught you mashing. If it was this input, then it might have been just an error on you not pressing the macro and getting a crouch jab out of the situation or a stand jab out of the situation. But I can't really tell. Oh. You want to interrupt him. Ooh. Okay. Yep, attack. Why? We're doing a lot of unnecessary energy. Was Honda buffed a while back? How is he? He's Honda. This low forward, I guess, maybe, but I guess you were trying to check space, but then pressing the crouching medium punch afterwards, that was a futile thing. Next, committing to spin knuckle here. Very surprising he didn't stop it at all, but it's all good. Again, it's okay to end your turn. But with this being said, if you're ending your turn, you have to use normals that won't be like a real hard commit if you press them, right? I guess standing heavy punch is not really that much of a commit seeing it's -3, but you generally don't want to just be going for hooligan out of everything. It's just leaving you in a bad situation every time, right? Because like off of this situation, look, off of this situation, right? Now you think he's gonna throw, and he presses the normal, right? Like you're literally feeding yourself into a mix-up. Now you have to guess. Granted, did he take advantage of it? Not really, because he just kept pressing cross jab, hoping for a punish. Trying to match you. Don't forget, like, sometimes it's good to here you got caught, whatever. But sometimes if your opponent is going for this, don't forget you can rip it. Don't let him always just do that for free. Make him be a little bit more mindful. So while that takes up meter, but what it does is it shows your opponent that you have answers to what they're doing, right? And then if they keep trying to go for it, then obviously you can switch it up with parry so that you can gain more meter, or you can go for an EXDP or super or whatever have you. It shows that you have answers to it. A lot of the time, this guy's just gonna let this rip because he's like, okay, you're just gonna keep respecting it. You're gonna possibly go for a DI, but if you go for a DI here, you might get it wrong, and then he DIs you back. Throw this fella. Yeah. Son. Yeah. There. Oh, no. I don't think I've seen you use EX dive kick all too much. I've seen you use it once so far. I think changing up you doing an instant dive kick, or at least as fast as you can, and switching up your offense like this will be favorable to you, right? Again, assuming that your opponent has it all together, it's either A, he's trying to walk back, like in this instance he did in fact walk back, then check their feet, switch up the options you're showing, right? Switch it up. And granted, yes, you just went through 5 bars a meter. I'm aware of this. But I'm just showing you an example like of what I mean, where you have to divvy up your options. If you notice that he's walking back constantly on your EX dive kicks or your dive kick attempts, then you need to be doing something active to catch his feet. Nice, throw him in. Oh, that's unfortunate. You didn't side switch, huh? Okay. Oh, you gotta throw in some more dive kicks. You gotta throw in different dive kicks. Because what happens is, especially with this guy, he's not that comfortable with DPs because he let quite a few jumps through. You change up your DPs between DPs and actual jumps. Now he wants to try and start parrying. You try to start parrying, now we incorporate empty jump throws. You're dead. So how did we get this wrong? Oh, we went thing and then we went for throw immediately afterwards, and then we got hit. This guy definitely mashed. Yo, Nigel, happy Tuesday, bro. Yeah. It's the hooligan committal. The hooligan commits. Oh. Nah, you press parry. On the last interaction, you felt like parry was the correct answer. Here's why parry, at least let me run you through where my mind goes, right? My mind, as the Ken here, if I messed up, I'm trying to put it together. I have no more drive gauge left. Let me switch it to this. This is best. Okay. I have no drive gauge left, right? But I'm trying to close out. Here's the thing. My opponent has nearly a full stick of butter. So when I get up, my options are going to be things. Can you get in line? Sure. My options are going to be options that keep that in mind, okay? So what are options that she can use on wake up? She can go for a drive reversal, but that won't put me in like a compromising situation. But she can go for a DI, and if I do the wrong thing with DI, I could potentially get blown up for it. And this guy doesn't have the super reactions, right? Assume he doesn't have super reactions. It's 1800 and he doesn't have super reactions. Put that in mind, right? He's either going to go for a jab situation or a throw situation. The reason why you go for throw is because if the opponent wakes up, maybe. Yeah, you can't see YouTube. You can't see YouTube. I know you can't see YouTube yet. I gotta figure out how that works. I'm not sure how that works. But essentially what happens here is that because if your opponent tries to wake up DI, throw is the best answer. So I'm gonna choose the option that covers the most amount of options. So waking up DI or them just sitting there is going to allow you to be fine. And let's say they wake up DP or whatever option, you only use this much for it anyway. So going for a throw here is probably going through their mind. Going for a bait is less likely to go through their mind because they don't have to worry as much. Can replay? Okay, because they don't have to worry about it as much. So that's why going for parry here is less likely, better of an option, because if they don't press, then you're gone. Okay, you're back. Cool. But YouTube chat, I can see YouTube chat. It's all in one like chat box for me. I gotta figure out how that works where I can have both chats on screen. OBS stuff is so annoying to deal with. But those are probably the things that I would probably say you gotta work on. Stop committing to hooligan is the number one thing. And number two, just being comfortable in those end game situations. Where your mindset goes in those end game situations are really going to determine how you close out. Because I definitely would not choose something that loses the throw. In that instance, I would rather lose to like a mash, to me trying to wake up mash, than losing to throw. On fire. Was there someone after on fire? I forgot. No worries, brother. Glad to see you're doing really well for yourself, by the way. We should have some matches. I need to get back into this game. I've been playing nothing but Marvel Rivals, and like I feel like my competitive spirit in this game is at an all-time low. So if someone in the 1800s can give me the big whoops, then it can get me re-motivated again to get nice. The Ken didn't really whiff a lot, so we didn't get to see how much your whiff punishing is, but depending on how your whiff punishing is, I'd say work on that as well. Okay, so you're working on Cammy. Oh, and also don't forget to assert dominance. Sometimes using meter in order to show them that you have answers is good. 12-13, that was yesterday. Good. Let's see what happened. So you went from plat 1 to plat 2. Let's see how you lost to this guy. By the way, if anyone's curious or wondering why I choose specifically losses, it's because when I choose wins, there's a confirmation bias where people are less likely to hear you out because they won the match. Just putting that out there. Give me some time, you'll find your way up to 1800. No rush. Work your way up. Okay. 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 Punish. Man, I don't got combos. Listen. I don't have combos, but you don't have combos. Okay, listen. You don't have combos. I don't have combos, but you really don't have combos. This is the party time. Okay, this is the time in which, bro. What is it? Hold on. I'm too slow. Hold on. I gotta go back a little bit. Oh. How far back did I go? There it is. Okay. Shouts to the throw. Oh wait. Is it a thing? Hold on. We'll get this together. Oh. Essentially, you want to start this way. I'm trying to think of what the route is. We can just keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. For now, let's keep it simple. At the very least, you should be going for this. Oh. I messed up the order. I keep messing up the order. Then you put them in a situation where they have to guess. Okay? Keep it simple. But at the same time, damage them. This is too simple. Okay? Too simple is not the name of the game. You feel me? This is too simple. This is too simple. Hurt them a lot more. Okay? Just got to get a DPOS or very, and when to get aggressive and take space seems easy. Eh? Indeed. It may seem easy, but it is indeed comes with a level of difficulty. Here's the thing, okay? If your opponent presses their step kick a little bit too close to the sun, ooh, you don't even get anything. If they press it a little bit too close to you, you can't get sand light kick, but at the very least, because your crouch jab is 4 frames and that thing is -4, you can get a punish here. You can also decide to do something like this. Honestly, you could possibly maybe even. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hold on. Ugh. Please. You can force them in a situation, and yes, you burnt yourself out, but you don't have to spend all the meter here, right? But the goal is to force them into a situation where we're at last guess, right? For this instance, we forced them into a situation where at last guess. We went for crouch jab into DI. Right now, we're using DI a little bit too often. Okay. All right. It- what time is it? We still got time. We're gonna take that out of your game plan, okay? Completely and utterly out of your game plan. All right, please, completely out. This is a not that good, but that's why you're here. Exactly. Lord of mercy. Woo, woo. Okay, no more deciding to commit to something crazy like that. Okay, next thing that we gotta get together, brother. Please, sweep for sweep. Please, sweep for sweep. So right now, where you're playing at, the main thing is identifying the things that are punishable and punishing it. This is the most important thing that you need to get down right now. While you're playing the game is identifying and punishing in accordance. Okay, that is the task that I'm going to give you with. If you see a sweep, you sweep back. If you see a button that is punishable, you're punishing it. Doesn't have to be the greatest to punish in the world. We'll get there when we get there. But again, identifying and punishing in. Identifying and punishing. Okay, number 2 thing we want to work on are decisions. You need to think about why we're doing what we're doing. Why did you feel like you had to rip DP? Why did you feel like you needed to press DI there? And if you press it, what are the adverse actions or consequences of those actions? We have to start thinking more about the decisions we're making and why we're making them. When we are more conscious of why we're making them and how that affects the game at hand it'll change for you. Okay. The next thing I need you to start doing. Okay, after what I need you to start practicing is I need you to start practicing buffers. Okay, what do I mean by buffers? I'm pressing crouching medium kick. I'm pressing crouching medium kick into parry. Why? As you notice, I'm not getting a single thing, right? But the moment I touch, I get drive rush. This is something that you need to practice, okay? Why? Because when you find yourself in situations where you're not sure of where it's gonna go, you want to at least know that you'll get your drive rush. If you happen to hit or force them to block something, you want to know that you're gonna get the following drive rush, right? If you don't know that whether you're gonna get it or not, you're kind of just pressing this, you're not getting as much value as you could have, right? So again, just crouching medium kick, parry. If you don't hit anything, you don't get anything. You hit something, you get it. You get drive rush. The next thing, okay, if we're going to play passive, we want to play reactive. Oh boy, there's a bunch to break down here. Okay, if you're going to play passive, you're gonna have to play reactive. What does that mean? If you're going to be like rocking out here, oh my gosh, I can't stop this. I can't even stop this. This is as back as it goes. I can't stop you from pressing it. You quite literally pressed it frame 1. Okay. Anyways, if you're gonna play reactive, right? At the very least, you should be ready for anti-airs. Yo, get off me. Okay? If they're gonna jump at you, we use back heavy punch. Or back medium punch, I'm sorry. You want to use back medium punch. If you see them jump at you, get into the habit of using back medium punch. You'll be so surprised how many people at your rank just simply can't do this and stay in that rank forever because they can't manage this. Okay? So practice your opponent jumping at you, and then you can get used to pressing this, okay? The next thing, when a round starts, okay, we don't want to use highly committal options. Why? Because if you use highly committal options and your opponents get better, now you're in a mix-up. Now you put yourself in a mix-up, all because you wanted a full send, right? Now you have to guess. Now you're guessing. Now you lost half your health because you guessed and you guessed wrong. So don't put yourself in these situations off of round start simply because you want to get in and you want to start going. Okay? As you grow in the game, you're going to have to learn that sometimes, although you want to do the fun stuff, if you want to get better at this game, sometimes you have to kill the lizard and stop trying to do the fun stuff. Because the fun stuff is getting you hit. Now that would be a good time to rip a DP. Okay, you went for what? Back medium punch. It traded. Oh my god, this combo? No, it didn't. I almost lost my mind. So this situation here would be a good situation to go for your back medium punch and or DP that you've been ripping, right? This would be the situation. If they jump, that's where those situations would be good. Those are last year I watched your videos and made it to master with Chun-Li and Kimberly. Hey man, hey, you love to see it. I appreciate the kind words, man. And honestly, it's you working hard, right? I can say all these words, but there are plenty of people who watch and then they're like, you know, they couldn't put it together, right? So it's definitely on you as well. So don't cut yourself short. You are also the player. You are also cooking. So Nigel, for now, these are the basics I want you to practice. I'm gonna give you a drill. Let's give you a drill. I try to help the community as much as I can. You know what I mean? I just love fighting games. Speaking of which, future of the channel, we're gonna be covering just a little bit of City of the Wolves, just a little bit for a little bit. What City of the Wolves content am I gonna make? No clue yet. But whatever I'm passionate about, I like to make videos on. That's why I made 2xKO videos as well. Who's the opponent again? Who's kidding? At your rank, okay? When you're you see, people say be Janet. I say be Janae. I say be Janae. That's my baby girl right there. She's not my wife like Tifa. But anyways, this is what I want you to practice, okay? You're going to go into your settings, okay? You're going to go over to record. You're going to go to slot 1. You're going to press X. You're going to have your opponent walk around for a bit, pretending like they're the enemy. Okay? After a certain amount of time, you're going to have them jump at you. The second one, okay? The second one is going to be the same thing, but at a faster cadence. The third one is going to be the longest cadence of all. And you can check this by the top right. The top left, I'm sorry. So this one was 665, the short one 208, the medium one 468. So now you have 3 different timings where they're going for jump. This is the start, okay? Now, settings. When you go to replay, disable only for random playback. Okay? Replay is on. Make sure all 3 of these are on and make sure they're all even. Okay? Now, we run the thing. Okay? Now we're looking for opportunities where they're going to jump. Because now they're set to jump at a random point. Now we're going to get used to anti-airing them. Okay, because you're going to be walking around like this. This is the start. Yes, sir, the T is silent, baby. Bijane. Okay, this is how we're going to start. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you start throwing out these and whatever, right? But this is how we start to recognize how your opponent moves. Then we get used to this. Okay, afterwards, when you want to start adding a little bit more extraness to it, okay, we're gonna take the extra long one and change it. We're gonna change it to walk around, sweep. Why sweep? Because what you'll find is that when you're walking around like this, especially in the platinum rank, they're gonna start mashing sweep to try and catch your feet. You're gonna try doing something random. So now you kind of have to practice walking and blocking while actively looking for a jump. Oh, I pressed down back. We're gonna be actively looking for it. So if sweep comes, we're ready. If jump comes, we're ready. I pressed down forward. This is how I want you to practice. Unfortunate. The one-time sweep comes. But this is how you want to be walking. Okay? Walk forward, down. Walk forward, down. Walk forward, down. It makes your feet a lot harder to hit. It makes your feet that much harder to hit. If you've been doing it for a while, what I would suggest to start doing is that you'll go back, re-record these on a different timing. Why? Because what ends up happening is that over time, you kind of start to identify which ones are jumps versus which ones are sweeps. And it makes it a little bit easier for you to identify, and you don't want to do that to yourself. But this is something that I want you to practice. This will help you identify anti-airs a lot better and simultaneously improve your walking. So these are the things I want you to practice. Oh, you're out of plat in Diamond 1? You love to see it. My fault for not seeing that. You love to see it, man. Okay. I think there is one more. Yes. It's got to be the last one because I gotta chat up with my girl a little bit. Let's see, 1400 Ryu. Okay, and again, the VOD is on YouTube, so anytime you want to go back to the comments that I made, it's always there for you. Let's see, we lost to Kim. Kim is a tough one just because like it's just such an annoyance. She's just so annoying to deal with a lot of the time, and it just be doing things. But there's obviously a way to mitigate it, and we'll go through it. Like that. That's exactly the thing. What did you press on the walk up, on the back up? Incredible. I'm not mad at it. After the decision, you don't know what they do. You hit a delay. Okay, that's the second time. Switch. Yeah. You don't want to start this way, okay? Why? People are just gonna start mashing on you because at this rank they know frame data. At this rank, people are just gonna mash on you. They know frame data. You starting off with standing medium punch, less likely to fly. Okay, he burnt himself out. We can bully them. Nice. Right now, yep, just walk him. Walk him. Don't use too much of the... So what you'll find is that if you simply walk your opponent to the corner, they want to find a reason to escape, right? They want to find a reason. God, that was not sharp. They want to find a reason to get over your head. So simply walk them down, right? You're going to find that they're going to commit to something eventually, right? Instead of going for a DI here, like I understand that you might go for a DP here. Even I reflectively went for a DP here, but trapping them in this situation here is the best way to keep them trapped. Then off of this situation, we can go for a stun, right? So when it comes to keeping them trapped, we don't want to do too much. Because you'll find that they'll feed themselves to you instead of you trying to get the cheeky DI. Let them, especially at this ramp, they'll feed into you. They will feed into you. DP or DI, don't use DI to try and catch them off guard because they were in burnout. If you have them in the corner, don't try to just throw out a DP. It is adding an extra level of risk to you. If you're going to go for a DI stun, use drive rush, crouch, and medium punch, or use a heavy button into DI. Right? Use drive rush, crouch, and medium punch into DI, or heavy punch into DI. Don't just go for DI unless you know that they're gonna press into you. If you're confident that they'll press into you and not jump, then go for it. But that's based on data that you've already acquired. Here we don't have that data yet, or we didn't have that data yet, but now we have a better idea. Good. So remember that range that I was talking about? That range is about here, right? So when they're waking up, right, we want to stay out of there. Hey, he just pressed. That's insane. She's stubby and she'll run at you. Her just dashing in like that is Ashley casting. Right? I'm getting got. I keep getting hit by that. I keep getting hit by that. It's Ashley mesmerizing that option. But this is ideally the range you want to keep her out of. Right? Out of this, we can go for a fireball here and still get the DP in time, especially if you want to go for a meaty fireball situation. You can potentially still get it. Make sure they force a block and go for a either try and parry and perfect parry punish, or they just kind of have to parry out the situation, but they can't hold up or do anything out of this situation. If they try to jump at you, they get hit by a fireball. Even if the fireball whiffs, you'll already be recovered, so you can DP them and put them back in the same situation. But essentially, you're forcing a level of pressure upon them where they feel they have to go for something. Also, same thing with you. If you feel like you're going to press, at the very least, if you're in this instance, it feels like you press it just to press it, to kind of check them. But if you're going to press it and check it, at the very least, throw out a fireball to follow it up, or throw out an EX fireball to follow it up, or something, right? And if you're going to drive rush and get more plus frames, seeing as you have a life lead, then go for it. But don't just do nothing out of it, right? No, 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 no. This is okay. Look at this. Look at this. You see all of this? This is what we call a resource. This is what we call a resource. Okay? You are squandering the health resource. There's no need at this junction. There is zero need to commit to something out here. Okay? Zero need to commit to anything. Use your health as your guide to make decisions as well. Okay? Just as we use your drive gauge to make educated decisions, we do the exact same thing with our health. So in this instance, you take a throw and what? Take a throw and what? It's not like she can drive rush. She can't drive rush right now, right? You take a throw and what? Take another throw and what? Right? They're gonna have to do something to make you to commit to something like this. That's what their goal is, right? Because not only will that give them an opportunity to get the buff and potentially kill you, but it also just like it also gives them enough time to bring back their drive gauge as well, while simultaneously siphoning your own and siphoning your health wire. Right? These are the types of decisions you gotta make while you're on the ground and thinking about what you're gonna do next. There's zero reason to commit to this. You take a couple throws and what? See? Now you're burnt out. Now you have to gamble on level 3. Right? Now you're burnt out. Now the game's scary. Now the game's scary. Woogly woo. The game's scary now. Right? No need to bet the farm. You take 3 throws there, you still have 5 times the health as her. There's no need to bet the farm that way. Risk reward. This is how we make decisions. Is whatever I'm about to choose, is it going to net me? Is it more likely that I'm going to lose off of this situation, or am I going to succeed? Now, one thing you can do, right? One thing you can do is the DPOS, right? Where essentially what the DPOS is that if your opponent goes for anything but a jab off of their drive rush, although in this case setting heavy punch into crouching medium punch should be a true string, but essentially if they go for anything off of drive rush that isn't a true string, you can actually interrupt it with DP. And the reason why this is particularly good is because when you look at resources, you only have to spend 2. They have to come off the 3 in order to do it, in order to drive rush cancel, right? Just something to throw in there, just something to think about. Okay. Keep going. No, keep going. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Parry these fireballs. I feel like I have to press parry super early. Yeah, you gotta get used to the timing. Listen. One thing about that round, at the ending of that round here, okay? This is again another situation, risk versus reward, right? Oh, I pressed a little too fast. Risk versus reward. What do we have to be afraid of, right? Again, looking at resources. Let's say off of this instance, let's look at resources, okay? Health, like we already established, is a resource. We have this much health, this much drive gauge. Okay, she has this little drive gauge and this little health. Okay, she has access to level 1. So again, what are we baiting? in the case, let's say in the case that she doesn't want to spend level 1, right? Then she comes off of drive reversal. Okay, she drive reversals you, you're now here. But now she's burnt out. Now she's burnt out. Now she only has this much health left, burnt out, and only 1 drive gauge. This is basically checkmate. So what are you afraid of? These are the types of things that I want you to circulating in your mind while you're playing. What am I afraid of? Yep. There's definitely a lot, but once you get used to it, no. But once you get used to it, like your mind won't, it'll be more second nature of those type of things. But right now you're building it. So while you're building it, it's going to be like something you actively have to think about. For me, I don't have to think about that. I'm just thinking about what my opponent is doing and how to counter my opponent now, right? These are things where these are like basic habits that you need to get into, right? Off of this, there's no reason to go for EX. Off of this is the easiest decision. Back throw. Applies pressure, and look how much meter they got now, right? You walk up and you boom them, right? Or even in this case, then we hit them. Right? Now the reason why I went for the route that I did, I noticed her drive gauge was low, so I went for a crouching heavy punch into DI, which combos and will simultaneously hurt their drive gauge so that I can burn them out. These are the things that are going through my mind, because even while I'm comboing, I'm looking at number 1, the next setup, and number 2, how much resource, all of it, intentionality, exactly. Boom. Yep. Fun. Yep. Don't be afraid. Now you close. This is exactly what I was talking about before. Remember how I said if you don't commit to anything, she'll feed into you? This is the exact situation I'm talking about, right? She goes for this. Now block, GG's, right? That's exactly what I'm talking about, right? She does all this jumping stuff. She's expecting you to commit so that she can jump out the corner and escape and run away from you. She's expecting that. She's also trying to avoid the DI situation. Jump over your head and get there. But if we exude a little bit of patience, you'll find that she'll stop doing all of that, give you an opportunity, and then you can kill. All the things that you need to start keeping in mind, because you try to walk forward, now they got you away. They got away, right? A little bit of patience. Eventually, you'll notice they'll stop trying to move. You'll keep the space, you stop trying to move, and if they try to move and you anti them, now you get them in a GG situation. Or, not GG, sorry, let me be specific. Not a GG situation, but at least a check situation where it's up to them to react to this. Right? Now you kill them. You did this to yourself. Yeah, you did that to yourself. But it's all good. Live and learn. Mm-hmm. This is fine, okay? This is one thing that a lot of people end up getting really annoyed and really frustrated about supers. Let's look at the situation. After the level 1, oh, let me go back a couple of moments. Okay, let's look at the situation here. Level 1, wasted. What does that mean? In the final round, it'll take her that much longer. In the final round, it'll take her that much longer for her to get to level 3. And level 3 is where she, number 1, gets the big buku damage, and number 2, it gives her the install. Right? Number 1. Number 2, the only thing we lost is about this much health. right? No sweat off your back. There's no need to start panicking at this point. I'm not saying you're panicking. I just read it, and there's a lot of people that suffer with this, where like they get hit with a level 1 and they're like, ah, but you're all good. You're all good. Oh yeah, the basketball game. There's the basketball game for perfect pairing, where you try and perfect parry the basketballs and shoot at you. Punish. You know, so half of me thinks about doing this just because it'll bring them closer to the wall, but I'm not saying your decision was bad at all. Oh, I'm not, by any means, I'm not saying your decision was bad at all. Let's throw that out there. Committing. Okay, for those who don't know, I think this is a fine place to level 3. Why? Number 1, it'll leave them about here. There's a mini game in oh, where's that mini game? I have not played a single bit of World Tour, so I couldn't tell you. So let's say off of this, it leaves you at this, which means that the next interaction is going to kill, right? Secondly, it gives you enough time for your drive gauge to recover. Third, doesn't give them any extra super meter when you hit them with the level 3, right? So I think this is a fine area to go for it. Gives you a nice lead, gives you extra drive gauge, and doesn't increase their super gauge. Now they're in a situation where it's, oh my god. Yep. DI. Mash DI. Literally, once you did this, start looking for places to press DI. Okay? Why do I say look for places to DI? I'm not saying just DI randomly. I'm not just saying just to mash DI, but look for opportunities to hit DI. Did I mess it up? Hold on. I'm trying to get in range. She pushes me back a second. I'm trying to get in range. Hold on. I'm trying to get in range. Why am I getting hit? I am really getting hit. Well, suffice to say, you can do that too. Seriously, I truly don't. My inputs. What's going on here? You can do that too. You can do it that way as well. But ideally, I should be able to. Oh, and then the other piece of tech that I showed you earlier also comes in handy here as well. Yeah, seriously, I don't know why I'm getting hit. Like I'm really kerfuffled. I'm really kerfuffled. Like, hello? Yo, dog. Is there a reason why I'm not getting my inputs? I know how to do it, so like, okay, maybe I'm pressing it too fast. I'm not crazy. It's literally something I do all the time. Anyways, you look for opportunities at DI. Apparently, for some reason. Wait, this is not a true string, is it? Oh, maybe it's a true string. Wait. What? Anyways, that's weird. That is weird. I need to look into. I don't think it is. Standing medium kick and the crouching medium kick. I do not think that is. Anyways, how'd you manage to lose this anyway? Okay. Oh, that's all. No. Yeah, you tanked up, and because you tanked up, that's why you were able to get hit there. Let me look into this. It's weird. Anyways, those are generally the things I want you to work on, okay? For you into Kim. So a lot of it is your knockout situations when you've successfully gotten them into okay, let's see. Oh no, it's real. Yeah. Ah. That's a new one for me. Did not know that. So after this situation, you don't want to press your DI. Reason why you don't want to press your DI at that point is because if your opponent does something like this into throw, you get blown up, right? So that's why you don't want to go for it. You'll get blown up for it. But if they press something afterwards, that's when you want to go for it. Another situation where you can go for it is when they start doing this, right? Because it goes into each other. That's when you'll start seeing them go for this, right? And you'll start to see them go for multiple different buttons afterwards. That's the point in which you want to go for it as well. I can't believe that's a real string. It's interesting. I actually did not know that. Another thing that I want you to practice is number one, taking space with raw drive rush, right? A lot of the time we're kind of like this. Don't be afraid to raw drive rush at your opponent. It's a part of the game. Don't feel any shame. Don't feel anything about it. You're going to have to take space like this, right? It's going to be a part of the game. And then fortunately, it'll set up the strike throw game. And it'll also, you know the strike throw game, right? You know it. I know you know it. Right? And then we can punish him. Right? We make them guess. Technically, I'm supposed to put them on 2 delay for delay tech. Wow. Alright. Right. Anyways, those are the things I want you to focus on, right? Using raw drive rush more, right? Using your fireball to zone them out a little bit more. You did use jab. The tip about patience, she was in burnout and jumping around. It's because she was looking for me to DI or something, or do something crazy. He's jumping around looking for an opportunity to get out the corner, right? Because she's walking back looking for opportunities to get over your head, right? By simply being a little bit more patient in these cases, right? You look for the opportunity, you get the make sure you're getting the DI stun, right? Once she knocked down, right? Once you knock her down, whatever, right? After you knock her down, choose one of 2 options, okay? You can either do drive rush, crouching medium punch, or drive rush, crouching medium punch into DI, in which they can't jump or do anything out of, or alternatively, you can put a heavy button into them, into DI, right? This way, if it's one of the 2, okay? You can also use standing medium punch into it as well. But one thing to note, okay? If you use a heavy into DI, it'll simply combo. If you do a drive rush button into DI, you get the same effect, but it's slightly tweaked. Sending heavy punch to DI will combo, meaning you'll have to do the situation again. Meanwhile, drive rush normal will reset them in a way where they still can't throw, and then you can still get the wall stun. These are things you got to keep out for, and whichever option you want to go for, right? If you want to guarantee the stun, this is probably the better one. If you're in a checkmate situation being they have no drive gauge, this is a checkmate situation. So if they have like 40 health, at the very least, now you put them in a situation where they have to keep taking this, and it makes it easier and easier each time. Definitely chose I wanted DP, but same thing. These type of situations, you'll find people are always trying to bust out. Always trying to bust out. So holding this, don't be too worried about them getting back into normal. I don't know what you call it when they switch back to out of burnout. But don't worry about the burnout time running out. You'll get your opportunity. Eventually, they're going to commit to something. If they don't, then it'll give you the opportunity to go for a standing heavy punch into it, right? Because you'll be chilling here, the time is running out. Right? You'll be chilling. Yo, Schnoz, appreciate the sub, brother. Yo, money. Appreciate the sub, brother. Appreciate the sub. So, in the case that they're jumping around, whatever, they're doing a lot, right? In those cases, you just wait for them, right? Eventually, they're gonna chill out, or they're gonna try and jump at you. They try to jump at you, bam, into the same situation, right? They try to jump at you, bam, boom, right? If they stop moving, we can take the opportunity, boom, or boom. All right, okay? That's the checkmate situation. Not to mention, because this is such a strong string as well, you can kind of keep them in this and then go for something cheeky afterwards. Because you can keep them in this situation. Also, if you're going for a drive rush situation, if you feel like your opponent's gonna walk back, use your crouching light kick. Why? Because we can get a route off of it. You can go for that. What I like to go for is this. The reason why I like to go for double crouch jab instead of crouching medium punch, both work, but it gives me enough time to recognize whether it hit or not, right? It gives me enough time to recognize. Then you can mix, right? So don't be afraid to sometimes switch it up with this. Then you incorporate that, whatever. Oh. Okay. That is it. And done. I think my shorty them about to call me soon. So, with that being said, I think I'm gonna call the stream here. Appreciate everyone who stopped by and everyone who hung out with me. We got a close up shop. I'm not gonna all bees in it all the time. Oh wait, hold on. GG's, let's play sometime for sure, brother. For sure. Probably next stream I'll probably maybe do some open lobby time. That way we can all kind of just play and whatever have you. Hey man, listen, we gonna boot up some lobbies in City of the Wolves for sure, bro. I don't want to just be. I love fighting games. I don't just like. I'm okay with Street Fighter, but I love fighting games. You know, I don't play all the fighting games, and I do play quite a few of them too. So, anyways, I will see you guys on Thursday, and if you guys like this stream and